This is where the second pole is going?
Yep.
All right, so we have bark there, and then we have some landscaping fabric, it looks like.
Just some plastic actually, so I'm just going to open it up so I can put it back around the pole when I'm done.
Anything interesting underneath that?
Dirt.
Oh, that's good. No big roots?
Nope. Oh, time will tell, I guess, once I get digging in the hole. So, here's food for thought. Simple post hole auger. This one's probably older than I am. I had lent it to my son earlier this year, so I didn't have it when I needed to do a post. So this one here is kind of like a screwdriver, righty-tighty, in it goes. So I had to buy another one because I wasn't driving to town to get an hour and a half to get this one, so I bought one. Came out, tried to drill with it, and I was getting frustrated. And then I got looking at it, and it was lefty-tighty.
There's a right and a left post hole.
So just like a pool cue, there's a right and a left-handed one. But this is for real.
Okay. So is this our old one? How come you're not using the new one?
Because the old one's a little skinnier, I don't need as big a hole.
Oh, I see. Okay. Working good?
Working good. Goes to a gravel layer here, so I'm guessing the gravel was here before the island. Because now I'm going through a little tough gravel, but it's loosening.
How deep of a hole do we need?
So, good question. Here's the sleeve for the pole that will eventually be put into concrete. So we need it at least that deep, because that'll be the bearing pressure of this thing from pulling out of the way. Okay, so now we're deep enough. That will sit in just above the ground so that the water doesn't go in it as best as possible.
Okay.
And then the pole will sleeve inside that. So I just have to concrete this in now.
Let's do it.
All right. No job's finished until you use some good old Saskatchewan chrome. Anyways, what I'm doing here, as you can see, this is solid throughout. I want to be able to take the
solid?
Well,
a hole in it.
It's a hole throughout. I want to be able to take the easy way out, dump the concrete in, and then wet set this. Because even if I put this in first and then pour the concrete around it, the concrete will likely creep up here, and I don't want that to happen. I just want this to be sleeved all in concrete. So I'm going to plug the one in. And then when I mix my concrete, put it in the hole, I can just wet set this, put it down, level it, and Bob's your uncle. Speaking of which, I have a Bob, my uncle.
I have an Uncle Bob too. They're handy. Yeah, not everybody knows how to mix concrete, including myself, so...
This is the
What's
lazy
the recipe?
man's way.
I like that.
Because it's just some ready mix concrete, which already has cement aggregate in it. So you just buy it. All you need to do is add water. Mix the water to nice consistency, not too wet, not too dry. So it's a bit of a trial and error. And experience helps.
How much will one bag do?
One bag should do this hole.
Okay.
So we should be fine with that. It'll take a little mixing. I should have a little wheelbarrow for this, but I find that a bucket works just as easy. It's just a little harder.
So what kind of, are we talking about? Soup consistency or like really thin?
Not soup.
Like
It's soup
thick
right now.
chowder?
I haven't got in there. A really thick, thicker than the thickest chili you can think of. Like it
Okay.
becomes thick, but yet all the powder has turned color, right? You don't want powder showing up, you want it to be moist.
Okay, so the darker gray is what we're looking for.
Exactly. So wet enough that you can move it. You can see now it's turning too dry. I have to add some more water to it in a minute.
What's the timeline? Like, how quick do we have to work with this?
Actually, for a flagpole, concrete usually takes 30 days to set up entirely, full strength. But for as long as we don't get a lot of wind in the next week, 1 or 2 days should be enough.
Okay. And because you have duct tape on the bottom of that, you're not getting any infusion of concrete coming up the hole of the sleeve.
What I have to be careful of now is I don't dump concrete in the top.
So 1 bag will do it?
1 bag will do that.
What's the stick for?
Okay, now that we got it concrete in here, I'm just gonna poke it to get it somewhat level. And as well, make sure I get this to the center point where I need it. And I rod it a little bit. It's called rodding. And it kind of compacts the concrete, make sure there's not too much air in it or voids, and settles it into place a bit. You can see it kind of gels down. So I will do that. And then now I can get my level. I just try to make sure that this is level. You can see from this bubble right now, it's not really level. So I got to do it in 2 directions. Kind of level in that direction. If I pull it over this way a bit. Second direction. That'll be pulled this way.
You have security.
You have security?
Yeah, he's checking it out. Looking pretty good.
How's it doing there, security? Is it coming in good?
He doesn't trust you.
I have to move this a bit.
This is our deputized security for today. Hey, Petey. Petey's a Bernedoodle. He came to hang out with us this weekend. Petey, you're a therapy dog, aren't you? Yeah. So what are we gonna do with this extra concrete?
Well, the extra concrete I'll just filter down with water and spread it in the dirt pile somewhere. Dirt's
Really?
dirt.
Really?
But the key to using concrete, and a lot of people don't get this unless they worked with it. Yeah, it sticks to shovels, it sticks to pails, it sticks to wheelbarrows. But if you just start rinsing with water while it's still fresh, it comes as clean as brand new. I've had people borrow my shovels, mix concrete with it, and then the shovel comes back weighing 45 pounds. It's not real fun.
Oh boy. Yeah. Don't do that if you're borrowing Mista Gregory's shovel. It's the next day, so what do we do?
Set up enough that we could probably put the pole in. There's no wind today.
Nice.
So here we go.
Goes down into the sleeve and tickety-boo.
Tickety-boo. I just need to backfill the wood chips around it.
Are you not going to sing "Oh Canada"?
No, I don't sing.
Oh. Well, that looks pretty darn good. And we've just done that to the second one, so it's just ×2. And again, the reason why the second one is shorter is because it got caught in a windstorm and we had to saw down a little bit. Looks good. Thank you, Mr. Gregory.